makeup. Recently, I've been enjoying my watercolor convo makeup kind of videos. That's a mouthful. Either way, I've really been enjoying those videos. I've just been enjoying sitting down, having a chat with you guys about my opinions of the world and just whatever crazy thoughts are coming into my head as I do my makeups. As you can tell by the title, I will be talking about a few saucy little creators who have had a few little moments on the internet, to say the least, and just how to ruin your career in one easy step. Because social media, especially YouTube, is somehow both so simple but also so complex, because if it becomes popular opinion to like you as a creator, you have made it. If it is popular opinion to like you, that is when your subscribers go up, that is when your videos just pop off and suddenly you're always on the trending page. If it is popular to like you, oh, you are going to be making bank. But when the internet has decided that it is popular to hate you, that is when the downfall happens, and you may as well just roast some marshmallows in those flames, because ooh, it is hard, it is fast, it is flamey, it is spicy, and it's very rare that a creator will survive. I am not gonna lie. Yes?
I just realized something really important, and that is that David Dobrik released a new apology today. I don't know how it's gone. It's apparently more, like, it's longer, but I just thought you might want to suss it out before you post a video about it.
Okay. I've been planning this video for like 2 or 3 days now. My beautiful roommate Matthew, say hi Matt.
Hey!
He just informed me that David Dobrik released another apology.
Well, I don't know if it's like a statement. I don't know about apology.
I want to be able to do this and just shoot straight to the camera and just talk to you guys. People felt like they had to be silent for the sake of my video, and that's not right. And I think with this situation, there's a lot I can look at and there's a lot I can learn from, but there's a lot of mistakes that I made. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye.
Oofed. That was weirdly like a lot, but also not, but also enough, but also not enough. How did this all get so messed up so fast? Disclaimer, in this video, I'm going to be highlighting 3 specific creators, but also mention other creators throughout the whole entire video. So the 3 that I'm going to be touching upon are Shane Dawson, David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad, and also Logan Paul. So I'll be covering a lot of things from the Forest incident with Logan Paul to David Dobrik and the Dirty Dom situation that's happening at the moment. So if any of the scandals, controversies, or anything that those 3 creators have been in affect you in any kind of way, please don't watch this video. Please watch a different video, because I don't want my content and possibly talking about those controversies and scandals to put your well-being in jeopardy. You don't deserve to have your well-being compromised by my video, so please click off it. Don't be here. It was lovely having you here for a brief moment, but I want you to be happy, safe, and okay, and I don't want this video to ruin it. I have not a script here, but I've got written down here everything that I want to talk about. David is second, so I'm gonna get back to David and include my off-the-cuff thoughts of that apology, I guess, in this, because I think that apology does relate to some of the things that I wanted to talk about in this. So we're gonna start from the beginning, and I'm gonna go back to doing my sin stick. And these rises and falls are somehow both so complex, but also so simple at the same time. There's lots of factors that go into it, but at the same time, there's just overarching factors that kind of influence this. And personally, in my opinion, the most overlooked category is the trust of the subscribers, is the trust of the viewers, is the trust of the fans. And if you treat it right, if you treat it correct, you are fine. You are good. You're a great human being. You are the standard of human being, and everything is going to be fine and peachy for you, and you never have to worry about anything. But as soon as you take for granted your audience's trust, manipulate it, abuse it, just use it for evil, that's when you'll get screwed over, and rightfully so. So unfortunately, from a bystander's point of view, sometimes it just takes one video, one action, one tweet, just one little thing just to like shatter the reality that the creator has made. It just takes one moment just for like our reality of how we see them, how we perceive them, just to be shattered. And we're sitting there being like, wait, has it been like this the whole entire time and we just haven't seen it? Like, is this Is that reality? For example, a new beauty YouTuber, let's just call him X, I don't know. New beauty YouTuber X started their career, started posting videos, and just overnight seemed to go viral. Their makeup was gorgeous, their makeup was lovely, they had a whole entire career out of it, sponsorships, viewers, just all of the things, all of the glitz and the glam. All of their videos, all of their photos, all of their social media postings are edited to make it look as if they are doing the makeup, and no one has said anything otherwise. They personally haven't said otherwise. Until it comes out that another makeup artist has actually been hired by X to do their makeup off camera, and then just have their videos edited to make it look like they've done their makeup on camera this whole entire time. That is a serious breach of trust. That is tricking your audience, and that is just trying to put out this false kind of reality. It just doesn't exist, and it puts out this false kind of reality. But then at one point, X comes out with an apology saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry for this, blah 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 blah. But on occasion, I did do my own makeup, so some of the makeup skills were my own." Okay, cool, but like, you lied from us from the beginning, so what's... Like, how are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to trust you? You've broken the trust. So how are we just supposed to sit there and with blind faith be like, oh yeah, they're probably telling the truth? The trust and the support is already broken, and it's going to take a lot of work to get that back. But some people just aren't willing to put in the work because it seems too hard, and it just seems not worth it, because at the end of the day, my career's ruined. Bleh. As I was saying, most of the time with a lot of the big YouTubers, it's not just one scandal, it's not just one time, it's time and time again, and it starts to feel like the same kind of drama, the same kind of apology, and it's like, have you actually learnt? Like, you say that you've learnt, but you still keep doing the same stuff over and over and over, and then we as an audience just get exhausted being like, oh, here we go again. And one of the creators most notably guilty of this is none other than Shane Yar, or Shane Dawson, because... For context, for a video that I have neither filmed, edited, or posted, I decided that I was going to rewatch the docu-series that Shane made with Jeffrey, both the first one and the second one, and compare my thoughts now that I am no longer a supporter of either of them. I thought it could be a cool kind of video. If you still want to see it, dope, let me know down in the comments, but I just haven't gotten around to like filming it and stuff. When I first watched the first one, I was a fan of Shane, but I wasn't a fan of Jeffrey. And then in the second series, being the Conspiracy Palette docu-series, I was a fan of both Shane and Jeffrey, and I was even one of those people that stayed up until 4 a.m. to get the palette myself, to get the collection myself, actually. So I was one of those people. So as a fan of Shane, I ate up everything that he said. I ate up every bit of character development he had, story development he had. I just lapped it up. But now that I know what I know now, it's hard not to watch any of the series and think to myself, wow, I wonder if those emotions are genuine. I wonder if what he's saying is genuine. I wonder if he is actually an empath. And that's just because with all of the information that's come out now and the terrible apologies, it's hard not to sit there and question if my trust was misplaced, and if he even actually respects the trust that his audience actually had in him. And the main reason I felt that my trust was misplaced, and a lot of other audience members felt that their trust was misplaced, was because of the way that Shane presented himself, presented the characters being him and Jeffrey, presented the story, developed the story, as well as developed the palette. So just the way he developed all the characters, the story, and the business side of everything just didn't seem to correspond with some of the drama, the scandals, and the controversies that were coming out. The way that Shane characterized himself was that he was an empath, so he physically felt other people's emotions, he physically felt other people's pain. I wouldn't call myself an empath. I would say that I definitely have empathy. Good job, me. I did let other people's emotions and their pain kind of overwhelm me more than they should have, so I've done a lot of therapy to kind of stop that. I'm still able to feel empathy, but I don't let that empathy control me anymore. But looking at how Shane was similar to me, it made him relatable to me, and it made me feel like I could trust him more just because I was able to relate to a key part of the personality that he was portraying within his docuseries. Not just the Shane and Jeffrey ones, like all of them, the Jake Paul ones, the Eugenia Cooney ones, just all of them. He showed himself to be empathetic, which made him relatable to me and so many people that were a part of his audience. And seeing how emotionally invested he was in the people, in the projects, just in everything, made me trust him, because I was like, wow, he must genuinely care about this to be shedding so many tears. It made us trust his judgments of other people as well, which is why so many people were quick to forgive Jeffrey when in all honesty, maybe we shouldn't have. But because so many people could relate to Shane and so many people were hyping him up because they were able to relate with him so much and they just loved his content and loved what he was doing, it made us forget all of his flaws. It made us forget his past and who he was in the past, which people can change, don't get me wrong. But here's where it kind of all went downhill. Because when Carmageddon happened, yes, some things are still alleged against Shane. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that like there's proof in the pudding when it comes to Tati's like takedown video of him and Jeffree. But what I'm saying is the way that Shane handled himself when it came to Tati's video, the live stream specifically, when it came to how he handled that downfall, and when it came to that scandal and that controversy, we started to see a lot of the old Shane. The old Shane that Shane was like, oh, he's dead, he's gone, he's never coming back because that's just not who I am anymore. Maybe it's not who you are anymore, Shane, but at the end of the day, there was still a lot of characteristics that we saw come back out of the woodwork that were way too similar to who you were in the past, who did all of those awful things. But the way that Shane developed himself, his stories, his characters within his docuseries, all of them contradicted some of the information that came out during Carmageddon, and then his attitude even contradicted it again. So suddenly we're seeing multiple faces of Shane, multiple perspectives of information coming out of Shane, all of them contradicting each other. So we as an audience are sitting there being like, what is going on? Who is Shane? What has happened? Because we don't know what is reality anymore. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is kind of like a highlights reel. We as an audience only get to see what the creator wants us to see. So if there's something that they don't want us to see, that is not going to be posted because it doesn't fit the brand, the character that they want to put out there onto the internet, which is fine. But also, like, if you're gonna put out a specific face, my fam, oh, you better keep that face. Otherwise, when it comes out that that's not genuine, you're gonna hit the downfall. And Shane to me weirdly reminds me of a terrible significant other. You have a partner, they cheat on you, they come back to you saying, oh, I'm sorry that I cheated, oh, I'll never do it again, blah, blah, blah. You forgive them, you take them back, and then a few months later, all of a sudden, they cheat on you again. You forgive them again, and then it just goes round and round and round and round and round and round and round. When you have a creator who is constantly getting themselves into the same controversy or similar controversy or just a different kind of controversy, and then they apologize for it again, and then 6 months later they're back into another scandal controversy, and then it just keeps going round and round and round and round and round, you eventually get exhausted because it's like, okay, you're obviously not learning your lesson, which means that all of your other apologies are probably just BS anyway. Your audience isn't stupid. As I said before, what we can learn from Shane and learn from Shane's mistakes is that be yourself, be genuine, because eventually you will break character. And when you break character, it's not going to sit well. And it's a complete break of trust between yourself and your audience. And 1, it's not worth it. 2, that's not cool. And 3, are you really willing to put in the effort to build that trust back up? I think I'm going to need my standing mirror for the next part, because this part is the one that I'm really concerned about, because I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, and we're going to be talking about the man of the month, David Dobrik, and the Vlog Squad. So I'll probably touch upon the apology that I just watched after, because oh my gosh. So I'm genuinely disappointed by how all this story is unfolding, because I never expected David, because I trusted him. David Dobrik, one of YouTube's golden boys, is literally a meteor about to hit Earth. And I mean one of the ones that like crumble up as they reach our atmosphere and just cease to exist. That's kind of his career right now. So I used to watch David and the Vlog Squad religiously. As soon as there was a new video out, I was there, I was watching it. I was watching it when I should have been doing my uni work. I'm pretty sure I got a degree in the Vlog Squad rather than in chemistry at one point, because I was just watching so many of their videos and I was so invested in the content. And I know the reasons why I watched their videos so much and why I was so emotionally invested in it. And that was just because their friendship and their lives looked so much fun. I loved how they were as a group of friends, and by watching their content, I felt as if like, not that I was their friend, but I guess like I was healthily jealous of their friendship, and it was definitely something that I wanted to be a part of. Not them specifically, but I wanted to have a friendship group like that. I wanted to be having fun like that. And they all just seemed like such welcoming, supportive, fun, exciting kind of people. And to someone who was quite, I guess, lonely even with her group of friends, depression, even though I had a lot of friends and I still had a lot of fun, it was just so, it somehow seemed brighter and it seemed happier than the good stuff I already had. And I'm pretty sure that's the same for a lot of us that was watching Vlog Squad content. It was just, we got to be a part of this friendship group. We got to be a part of these fun adventures, and we were appreciated, even though we may not have been there ourselves. But now this picture of the Vlog Squad has been shattered with accusations of bullying, harassment, assault, racism, cult vibes, just, a lot. Let's be honest, it's a lot. But with all of these accusations now coming to light and with a lot of evidence behind a lot of them, it's hard to see any member of the Vlog Squad as genuine, as loving, as supporting, as fun, as exciting. It's hard to see any of them like that because, I'm sorry, a lot of those characteristics I would say are malicious and villainous and just plain evil. All I can really say on David's apology video at the moment is that I'm glad that he's made a statement. I'm glad that he's made a video. I'm glad that he's talked about what's going on and his perspective of everything. I'm glad that he is looking at getting a HR team when it comes to the videos, and I'm glad that he's understanding that there is such a power with the Vlog Squad that a person will probably not feel comfortable to say that they're uncomfortable. I'm glad that there is some sort of recognition for the power that they have and how it's been misused and abused, and some people have unfortunately become victims because of that, I guess, oversight or naivety possibly. So I am glad that David has taken some sort of accountability. I hope that he does take more accountability because I don't really think it's enough. I don't think it's enough to just say that Dirty Dom needs to apologize, because what he did was a crime. What he did was disgusting, and what he did was malicious. I think he should still apologize, but I think he should get jail time. Right now in this moment, I don't specifically care what happens to the Vlog Squad and their careers. Good luck to them, is my personal opinion at the moment, but that might change when I'm less angry. But at the moment, what I do want to see is justice. I hope that all of the people who have been failed by David, by the Vlog Squad, find justice and find permanent healing and just permanent peace with themselves. Just straight up, they shouldn't have gone through that. None of that was necessary. So much of that could have been stopped if just one person from the Vlog Squad sat there and just had some sort of self-reflection and was like, oh, actually that, no. So I just hope that justice is served, and I hope that the victims get the love and support and healing that they deserve and that they need, because they deserve to be happy. They always deserve to be happy, but some people thought that their paycheck was worth more. But with all of these statements and these stories coming out against the Vlog Squad and against David, now every single video is coming under scrutiny. Every single video is coming under judgment, because there wasn't a clear line, except for some of the cold opens. There wasn't a clear line of when something was a joke where everyone was in on it, where it was a shock value situation where everyone was in on it, and what ones were done at people's expense. Because no explicit, distinct line was really ever made in the Vlog Squad. The ones where not everyone was in on it looked and were edited exactly the same as the ones where everyone was in on it. Because there was so much similarity between the situations and the editing, we as an audience don't know what's real and what's fake and what was scripted and what was a skit and what was just like off the cuff, just buffoonery. But because no distinct line was actually made, we as an audience no longer know what to trust when it comes to David, when it comes to the Vlog Squad. We have no idea what is real, what's not real. So that means that every single video that David has ever posted, every single video that any member of the Vlog Squad has ever posted will now come under extreme judgment, scrutiny, and analysis to see where the truth is, to find the truth, because some people want to sit there and find evidence that their favorite creator isn't this disgusting human being, that their favorite creator didn't support someone who is this much of a disgusting human being. They want to find evidence to prove their innocence, but in trying to find evidence that proves their innocence, and in this situation I don't think we're going to find any, but in trying to find evidence to prove their innocence, there's also going to be people working against the Vlog Squad and against David, trying to find evidence that he is a terrible person and that he did support people that are absolutely terrible and just monstrous. So essentially, David and the Vlog Squad are starting to experience a kind of domino effect. One video fell first, and then the next video fell, and then the next video fell, and now it's impossible to distinguish the different kinds of content that are put into one video, that all of the videos are falling. In my opinion, I don't know if David can come back from this. I don't know if the Vlog Squad can come back from this. I think they may be able to salvage some sort of a career, but it will never be what it was before. I think without some serious rebranding, brand strategy, content strategy, the whole Vlog Squad is just screwed by association. I'm not really saying that they can't come back from this. I'm just saying that it's going to be really interesting and fascinating to watch, but also I think partially infuriating to watch, But in saying all of this, Shane and David and the Vlog Squad are literally just 2 examples. This isn't something that is just happening to 2 creators or just like a tiny little handful of creators. There has been multiple creators. There has been multiple situations, multiple scandals across different kinds of content. Others include Brooklyn House and the dog video that she forgot to edit properly and then accidentally posted. Glam and Gore after Swoop's video and expose. Tati after Bi Sisters, and then essentially the similar video that she did against Shane and Jeffree. At that point, her whole credibility had just gone down the toilet, so why were we going to believe her? Jeffree Star, who I don't really think needs an explanation, in my personal opinion. Glitter Forever 17 after so many things. If you do not remember Glitter Forever, oh my god, she was an absolute trip, and sometimes I was genuinely concerned for her safety because she was an absolute nutcase. Sometimes that was fun and that was cute, but then sometimes it just went way too far. But she felt the hard kind of downfall after some of the stuff that she put out there. But sadly, I could make a whole entire video listing different creators on social media and YouTube in general who have just abused and misused the trust of their audience and used it for evil, essentially, to either make a profit or just to push a narrative that is just false or just completely disgusting. The one thing that creators don't focus on at all, or focus very, very little on, and should focus a lot more on when it comes to surviving this downfall, most of the time they focus on how to fix themselves, how to fix their content, their branding, and just fix their image. What they forget to focus on is just rebuilding the trust between them and their audience, either new audience members or the existing audience members that they have possibly lost or are in the process of losing. If they work on trying to fix the trust between themselves and their audience, which does take a lot of work, they're going to be better off for it. And I don't understand why people just take for granted viewers and fans and audience members as much as they do, because yes, you won't notice if one person leaves, but you're gonna notice if a few million people leave. Also, like, to put it simply, don't be a dick. But one person that I'm going to be talking about in possibly the nicest light ever that I did not expect to be talking about like this is Logan Paul. My man somehow turned the rapture coming for his career into personal growth and development. Hear me out. As I said, I did not expect to ever be talking about him like this, but credit where credit's due, because what? The Suicide Forest video, in my opinion, should have wiped Logan off the map completely. He should not have had a career after that. He should not have been seen on the internet after that video, because it was disgusting. Let's be honest. It was absolutely disgusting. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad it didn't, because Logan's videos previous to the Suicide Forest video, in my opinion, were just loud noises. Whoa, we're gonna be super energetic and we're gonna do this crazy thing. Oh my god, ah! To me, it was very abrasive. It was like he had his audience, he understood his audience, he made his content for his audience, and I'm guessing for himself as well. But it was quite abrasive to someone who just doesn't like that kind of content. Granted, my content, at least my older kind of content, would be seen as very abrasive to people too. So this isn't me trying to be a hypocrite. It's just me saying that I understand abrasive content. I used to make some abrasive content, and it's something that I no longer make because I find it abrasive myself, but his content to me was also very, very abrasive. But even though Logan's videos, in my opinion, were abrasive, they were also a safe watch. Sponsors, advertisers, his audience and parents of his audience could all trust that they were a pretty safe watch. Nothing was ever going to be too controversial when they watched it. Yes, it would be loud noises and hey, we might blow this thing up today, but it was nothing that was going to jeopardize someone's well-being to watch. But then the Suicide Forest video hit, and suddenly that safety and that reality was no longer a reality, because if someone could genuinely post a video with a dead body from someone who has just taken their own life, it completely throws the safety of it out the window. So not only did he lose followers and sponsors because what he posted was just absolutely foul, but he also lost it because he lost the trust of all of them, because his videos were no longer a safe watch. They were no longer fun and entertaining and innocent. They now could be anything. They could be anything from what he typically posted to something like that, if he didn't learn his lesson and he didn't commit to growing himself and developing himself as a creator, but also a human being. And I say personal growth and development because for someone to post a video like the Forest video, the person either has to be incredibly cruel or just incredibly stupid. And seeing what Logan's done since then, I don't think he's cruel. I think he was possibly just stupid, but whatever. That's a whole other kind of debate. But since then, I don't know how he's done it. I can only speculate, but he has literally turned his career around, and he's turned his brand around, and he's actually kind of a cool person now. which is wild for me to say. I think people like who Logan used to be, maybe he still is like that, maybe I'm just naive, but I think the person that Logan used to be is very similar to who Shane and David are currently, or at least kind of were before the drama, if that makes sense, because I think they were all surrounded by a lot of yes men, a lot of hype men that were sitting there essentially being like, yeah, do that, hyping you up. What's the next crazy thing you're gonna do? What's the next shock value thing you're gonna do? To those people, as long as you're getting the views and the money, that's all that matters. But what people need is a friend who is able to and happy to and comfortable to give you constructive criticism and tell you, hey, no. That's why I'm so grateful for my best mate Joe. I love Joe so much. Granted, not anything to the forest level kind of things, but there have been times where I'm like, I had this idea, and Joe's like, have you really thought that one out, JJ? Because sometimes like your girl will be crafting something in a very well ventilated area, and then sometimes the well ventilated area has a bit of a flaw in it, and it's kind of Joe's situation to come in and be like, hey babes, what you doing? Really, everyone needs a friend like Joe. Everyone needs someone in the background who, amongst all the yes men, is sitting there being like, okay, I don't really care what everyone's saying over there. Have you thought this aspect of what you're thinking through? So where I think Logan's really changed the course of the narrative that he created for himself is by surrounding himself with better people, whether that's both personally and professionally, whether that's just professionally, whether that's just personally. I speculate it's because he's just surrounded himself with better people. He's surrounded himself with people that are just more than yes men. They're people with actual opinions and who aren't afraid to stand there and be like, all right fam, maybe you should think this one through a bit more. And from there, he's been able to have his thoughts criticized in a healthy way, but sometimes in an unhealthy way, and has been able to grow from that regardless. So I just think he's been able to surround himself with better people that have actually been able to make him think more about the bigger picture rather than just like video to video and what's going to be the next like big thing. Woo. I'm not saying that Logan's perfect, and I'm not saying that Logan hasn't made mistakes along the way since the forest video, but what I'm saying is that I think that he's a lot more educated now, and I think he's just a lot more aware of his platform and his audience now, which is a great thing. He's a lot more aware of the power that he has, and one of the big examples of change that I've seen in him at least is, if you haven't seen the video, it's a great watch, go watch it. But he discussed on his podcast with two of his mates Harry Styles' Vogue photo shoot where Harry Styles wore a dress. Seriously, watch it. The character development of Logan Paul in that video is absolutely wild to me, and I'm weirdly so proud of him, which is once again something I never thought I was going to say in the history of ever, because Logan was there for the photo. He saw Harry so confident, just so iconic, just so amazing and incredible, while two of his friends were sitting there talking about how unmanly it is for Harry to wear a dress. And they were gaslighting Logan the whole entire time about having his opinion, which I share Logan's opinion, so maybe I'm a bit biased. It was just wild to see how confident Logan was, and wild to see how supportive he was of Harry, even with two of his friends sitting there essentially contradicting him and trying to like grind him down and gaslight him. It was wild to see him still standing there, still standing by his opinion. If you told me after the Forest video that a few years later Logan Paul would be coming into bat for Harry Styles like an absolute legend, I would have laughed at you. I would have absolutely laughed at you. I would have cackled at you, because there is no way that that would have happened with that human being. There is no way that that Logan Paul would have come in and done that. Absolutely no way. But that's what I mean by I think he must have gone off and educated himself, because those two people aren't the same, in my opinion. They're just not the same person. With Logan, he did genuinely break the trust of his audience in probably one of the most horrific ways possible. And I'm surprised that he managed to keep a career after that. Once again, not saying that he's perfect, not saying that he hasn't gotten into drama since then, but I am saying that there is a legitimate change. There is a legitimate growth of human being there. There is just legitimate awareness and understanding there. Whereas with people like David, who even said in his apology that he has apologized a few times for different things where he has crossed the line, and those apologies just weren't okay. And then Shane to essentially say the same thing. It's just kind of like, okay, so you keep apologizing for, yes, different controversies, but still similar controversies. So like, at what point do we just keep believing you? At what point do we keep believing that you're going to change? At what point do we just keep putting our faith and trust in you when you obviously just either aren't learning or just don't care? But also, if someone like Logan, who put up the video like the Forest video, is able to genuinely turn around a few years later and change and show that he has changed, or at least has a substantial amount of growth to him, I don't see why Shane can't, and I don't see why David and the Vlog Squad can't. All I'm saying is that at the moment, I have seen a lack of effort from Shane and from David, and a lack of effort in trying to regain the trust of their audience and just regain the trust of their character. I'm not saying they can't, I'm just saying that it's going to be a lot of work, a lot of self-reflection, and a lot of content strategy and rebranding. It will be a fascinating journey to watch, I'm not going to lie, but also I will be watching it with ad block. I didn't think I would like this style, but apparently I do. Fight me right now. I feel so powerful. Oh, she looks so cute. Just to summarize everything to make sure that I've hit every single dot point that I want to hit when it comes to this video, it's not the fact that just one controversy is happening. Sometimes it's so many controversies coming out of the woodwork that it's just like, how can we forgive a creator after this? That's essentially what's happening with David in the Vlog Squad at the moment, with it's just one domino fell, then the next, and now all of them are kind of falling at the same time. With Shane, it was just constant. So like every year there was a new kind of scandal, new kind of controversy. Some of them were blown out of proportion, yes, but some of them it's just kind of like, okay, that's a choice. And then with someone like Logan Paul, where the controversy was just so extreme and so severe that it's like, how can you even forgive a person after doing something so disgusting? Even if it was out of stupidity or out of cruelty, it doesn't matter. It was disgusting that that video was filmed, then edited, then uploaded. But what I'm not saying is that it's the scandal, it's the controversy that destroys a YouTuber's careers. What I'm saying is it's the effect of what happens to the audience that destroys the careers. And then the lack of rebuilding that respect and trust that is the downfall of all of these YouTubers. Because at the end of the day, all of these controversies and scandals will shake or even shatter this reality that we all thought to be true. With Shane, he painted himself to be a person who was very empathetic, painted himself as such an emotional person and such an emotionally sensitive person that he was so easy to relate to. But then when everything kind of broke out, it was like, okay, you're such an empathetic person, yet you're able to do something like blackface. And that's just one thing that contradicts Shane's empathy characterization. For David, it's a situation of him and his friend group were painted as just lovable, energetic, kind, supportive, amazing friends, and just an amazing group of friends and people that you wanted to be around, and a friend group that you wanted to be a part of, just to find out that within that friend group there was bullying, harassment, racism, assault, rape. And it's like, okay, so that reality of this amazing friend group that all of us kind of felt a part of, or at least wanted to be a part of, is fake. And then with Logan, yes, his content used to be quite abrasive and quite oversaturated with energy and something that didn't really tickle my fancy, but it was always a safe watch. So then when the forest video hits, it's no longer a safe watch for the audience. The difference between Shane and David is, yes, Logan's had a lot more time to readjust his career, rebrand his career, self-reflect, and just do all of those things to really grow as a person and grow as a creator. But David has been on the internet for quite a while now and has been in quite a few scandals, so he has had opportunity to do that. And even though he has done that, he's also obviously failed to do that. Shane has also been on the internet for quite a long time and has had opportunity to grow as a person and grow as a creator, which he has done, but also has he done it enough considering all the information that's come out since then? Either way, it's just all very complex. But I think as a community, YouTubers need to really give the audience and the viewers the respect that they deserve, because money isn't everything. Money is valuable, don't get me wrong, but people have more value to them than just the money. And one of the most valuable things a person has in the world is time. You can make more money, but you can't gain back lost time. So if someone's investing hours of their time into your content rather than furthering themselves, that's a lot of value that they're putting on you, a lot of investment that they're putting on you. And I think that people need to stop taking that for granted, because when they do take that for granted, when they do abuse and misuse it, that's when the downfall happens, and that's when cancel culture comes in. And really, can you blame a person for not wanting to support someone after their trust has been broken? If it's a friendship, if you break my trust, I'm not there for you anymore, fam. It's going to take a while for you to earn it back. And if you treat your fans and your viewership in a similar way, if you break their trust, gain it back. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. How to ruin your career in one easy step: just shatter the trust between yourself and your audience. It's really as simple as that. There's more complexity to it, but it's as simple as just shatter the trust. Career done. I got the makeup on my face, and she's similar for what I typically do, but also she's kind of different, but also I really vibe. I feel so powerful right now. Anything with black lipstick and I'm just all here for it. I just... Ugh! I look fabulous. Please let me know your opinions down in the comments because I genuinely want to hear what you have to say. If you still like this type of video, please let me know down in the comments below and let me know if there's anything that you want me to talk about, because I'm happy to sit here and talk about whatever I want to talk about. But also, I want to know anything that you want me to touch upon, because I can go out there, I can research, I can have a fun old time with my coffee and my reading glasses and my watchings, and I love learning, I love researching. So really, you're going to inspire me to go out there and learn and just evolve as a person. I'm kind of excited. If you have a better name for it than watercooler convo makeup, please let me know that down in the comments below, because she is a mouthful. But regardless, I hope that you are having a fantastic day, a fantastic week, a fantastic month, a fantastic year, and I hope that you are doing as fantastic as always. Bye everyone! Whoop!